Hi, Brazil. How are you? Oh. Boom. Oh, come on. Oi. Aside from a cough, I'm doing pretty well. All things considered. Oh, good lord. Uh-oh. Man. Get away from that. Aw, for crying out loud. What? No? Messy, messy. Alright, back to this. And up there. There's the lever. Bum, bum, bum. How's the weather down in Brazil? What's it? It must be middle of summer there, right? Not too hot, I hope. Do. Ah. Maybe this one? Oh, nope. Hit wall. Lame. I hear one. There he is. Ah, well, stuff's about to get extra interesting. This next fight that's coming up's really obnoxious. But what are you gonna do? What's this note say? Whatever. What was what? With this... Oh, you mean the creature? There was a creature that was here. Is that what you... Or do you mean the spell that I'm using? Oh, it's the same kind of guy. He was over here. It's the same weird head guys that hang out in this place. I don't think there's any more of them. hold on. Gotta kick the ladder. Oh, yeah, just what I needed. Another one of those. Alright, well, it's Crazy Town time. I have no idea if I'm actually going to survive this guy. What do I have? 355? Alright. Alright. No lightning. And I don't need the extra damage incoming. See how that works. And this guy's obnoxious. All right. Hold on. Yeah. If you haven't seen this fight before, pay attention. This fight is very bizarre. Oh, I went the wrong way. Yeah. It's this guy. It's that guy right there. What just happened? Two, three. Again. Nice, as if my buddy would do something. He's healed himself twice now. Which is lame. Holy moly. Oh my god. Yeah, it's crazy, huh? Alright, hold on. Let's do this. Do this. Actually want to do my summon. Okay. Oh. Uh-oh, I got greedy. Oh. Oh, that was a mistake. Maybe. Ow. Ah. Boo. Boo. Yeah, this is a really weird fight, and one of the things that I'm not a fan of is the timing on his attacks. He's not like it's like what's his name? With the stomp attacks where he like goes and he seems to hold it there for way too long and then anyway. Um at least to some degree. Oh, come on. I like how my mimic just stood there buffing instead of actually attacking. Oi! There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez. I do, but it doesn't necessarily do what people think it does. And that's true actually for a few of those talismans. So there's a difference between madness buildup and madness. The reason the poison one, for example, is so useful is because poison does very little damage and it's really easy to max your poison out. There's a couple of things you can do to just instantly give yourself poison, right? So then the poison talisman, when you're poisoned, gives you that increase. The madness thing doesn't mean your buildup bar has stuff in it. You have to actually have, there has to be someone who is actually affected by madness. Now, maybe this boss is, in which case it would work. But if he doesn't trigger it, you having a bar built up won't trigger it. You have to actually fill the bar, get madness. This is a different thing. You get a thing. This is madness, right? Your hit points and your FP just drop by a ton, and then for like 30 seconds, that talisman will help. It's a pretty common. I thought it worked differently. I thought the buildup bar was there, but I did a bunch of testing on it, and I'm like, it didn't matter how much I used it until I actually overloaded my bar, went mad, then I saw the damage increase. So that's why the most of them, it's not the bar being in existence, it's when it fills. And so poison is by far the most useful one because you can give yourself poison with just a easy thing. And then the whole time that you have poison, it gives you the buff. Anyway, that's why that one, the poison and rot one, is so valuable. All right. That's not what I meant to do. Do. All right. Let's see if we can't make this work for us. Not what I meant to do. Pick that up. Jeez. So, like, just having that bar isn't madness. That's just having madness build up. Hey, how about you do something? There you go. Nope, run away. Yeah, so see how it says madness? That's actually when that would trigger. And I think you can now see the fundamental flaw with using that as a trigger. So that's when you actually have madness. And then it only lasts whatever, the 20 seconds or 30 seconds. I mean, it has some benefits. You can trigger it on yourself on purpose, so it does have that, but man, you gotta really mean it. Honestly.
The depths of your foolishness!
No, that's not right. Roll away. Hiya! Man, that is so crazy. God, he does so much damage. All right, let me think. Not on this fight. If I remember correctly, he is susceptible to madness. Madness. Tailu is my favorite tank. The problem is that there are a couple of specific things that he is super susceptible to. He's terrible on Malekith because he's susceptible to Destined Death. Rips through his damage. His damage reduction doesn't exist. So since he has so few hit points, just kills him really fast. And I think Madness is the other one. I can summon him though. See if it works. Give that a go. Let's see. So we will change to that guy. Oi. Man, he's working out better than I thought he would. Telu survived way better than I thought he would. That's my boy. Telu's my favorite summon, by the way. It's just as the scaling gets worse. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I guess with the healing really worked well. I don't know. I didn't even buff him. That's the crazy thing. All right. Well, I'm bloody well done with this place. Where else did I need to go? I don't want to do fingers. All right. Oh, yeah. Heal from afar is the most powerful spell in the game. For pretty obvious reasons. Hold on. Let's go back to... Lightning. Yeah. What? Oh, come on. Really? Lame. Lame. Alright. Let's go back to this. And what else? No, dive away! Thank you very much. I appreciate the gifts. I have to admit, I actually haven't died this much to this guy, and I know it's only twice in forever. That's funny. Love it. That's more like it. Salsa. That one in particular with that spell is super obnoxious. Might even make it to Radon tonight. What time is it? Maybe not. Depends on how many times I go full suckitude. From base game? So, let's see. Radon, I would take the bow, unless you're melee. And if you're a caster, I would take the staff. Both of those mobs' items are actually really good. So, meaning that it's worth actually taking all of them. So if you do duplication, because you can duplicate theirs, I would duplicate them and I would take all the items they offer in the base game. They're all great. Yeah, you know you can duplicate remembrances. Give me a moment and I'll show you in a sec. So, the bow that you get is this one, and it's a great bow. Yeah, each only has 2 items. The only god, or the only remembrance that gives 3 items is Consort Radon. Has 3 items. The rest of them, you can only get 2 anyway. This is the, you get this, the Carian Regal Scepter is Renalia's Remembrance, is one of the items you can get. And from Radon, this is one of the items you can get. I don't think I have, oh, here we are. So, Star Scourge Greatsword is the other Radon item, also an excellent sword. It's fun, actually. But that's another one. And then the other Renalia item is actually a spell. It is not a bad spell. I think Ronnie's Dark Moon is better, but it's Renala's Full Moon. If you couldn't duplicate hers, get the staff, not the spell. And keep in mind that if you duplicate, I would not duplicate them for runes, but technically you can duplicate either one of them. Hold on, I'm waiting to be invaded. That's weird. Did I miss something? Usually get invaded there. Huh. All right. Dane wants to help. I don't mind. Oh, you obnoxious bastard. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Alright, I'm back. So, once you get through a couple of new games, it's not really worth. But once you get past about level 200, it's not worth duplicating in order to get runes. But when you're lower level, you can also you can duplicate the remembrances just to get runes. For what that's worth. Burn the tree. Time is it? 10:48. What are you, Missouri? Missouri? Am I? Michigan. Wait, 10? Michigan's only 1 hour ahead of us? Really? I thought you'd be 2. MO's Missouri. Duh. But I figured you'd be 2 hours ahead. Never mind. There's a goodie there. Oh, revered spirit ash. I knew that. Duh. Wait, what am I got? Ah, that's why. Oof. Oh no. I am suddenly now concerned. Let me think for a second. So, yeah. What if we put this guy there? Yeah, I'm in the final area, so I'm heading toward Consort. Problem is, I have to survive this next guy. And I'm concerned that he is going to be immune or resistant to lightning. We'll find out in a moment. Nope, he's not. Or at least doesn't seem to be. I'll take it. Please tell me I have to beat that guy again, don't I? Lame. Some spells do. That one does. Can I thread the needle? No, I cannot. All right. Resist. All right. What? No. It's probably out of range. Yep. Love it. Love killing those guys. Hey, Fiona. Yep. Their range is ridiculous. It's one of those spells. It is what it is. Oh, actually I want to camp here. Oh, okay, hold on. We are going... No, we'll keep going. Not too worried about getting killed in an inopportune way. Highly satisfying backstab. Alright, so this is a useful little trick. Jump here. If you really want, you can loot the silver horn tender. A golden horn tender. Alright, so... yeah. Got one more. Beep, 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 beep. Wants to stand there and take it. That works for me. Whatever. Alright, next fight is obnoxious. Yeah. I need to make sure everyone's there. Yeah.
I thought I'd see you here. It'd been quite some time. It was never kindly Miquella, was it? The Erdtree was leading you all along, so that you might ascend to lordship. Why come to these lands to begin with? I suppose it must be what His Eminence, or perhaps the Erdtree desired all along. The clashing of the favored lords.
Yep.
Such that one would prevail. So be it. If you insist upon facing Miquella the Kind, then I will run you through whoever you might be. Don't tarry now.
Now, fortunately, I've got my helpers available, but they don't summon immediately. They summon in the middle of the fight, which itself is obnoxious. Let's see. I definitely want the damage resistance. Kind of, yeah. Unfortunately.
Don't you dare approach Mikula the Kind. Needle Knight's Ledder, Dryleaf Dane, and our allies will never allow this.
I am the Red Mane Freya. The time has come.
I am Ansbach, of the Pureblood Knights. I stand with blade aloft, blood afire, for the dignity of my lord and master, Moog.
'Tis just as the woman said it would be. Lord of the Erdtree, Lord of Marika, you two deserve to face the reckoning.
I could not hope for a worthier foe. This is our moment. Let's make it something to remember. I offer this fight to Mikula the Kind and Rita.
Mikula, please. Read me. I am here to serve Centrina, Emily.
I can't fathom your convictions. After knowing kindly Mikula, what remains to pledge to your Lord of Lords? Kindly Mikula, make the world a gentler place.
Ooh. I have not done that fight with Horn Scent in there in a while. But at least I... keyboard and mouse. And, in English, or at least in American English, the term that we'll use is not joystick, it'll be controller. There is a technical difference between, at least, again, in American English, there's a technical difference between joystick and controller. Joystick refers to a very specific thing, whereas a controller is kind of the generic controller. Joystick is literally like the stick that's like kee. Just FYI, it's not wrong. I totally understand what you're saying. And in other, in British English or other Englishes, it may be joystick. But if you think of an old video game, the old style video games, joystick is the thing that you would use to literally kind of crank it around.
Oh.
So if you think of the,
Something you
yeah,
want
like
to get
Pac-Man.
off your
If you think
chest?
of the controller that
Well,
has
you
the little
needn't
thumb
worry.
things on them,
It was
this
you,
little
wasn't
thing
it,
is sometimes called a joystick.
who defeated Lord Moog.
Technically,
Fear
that's
not.
what it is.
His Eminence, besides righteous, I swear. I swear.
All right, that should be a level. If it's not, I will take runes to get to the level. Yep, it's a level. Well, this is it. This is Radon. I'm at the boss. Oh man, hold on. Oh, whoa, slow down. We're gonna have to make some changes. And here, hold on, where's the golden? There it is. All right, full defense. And man. All right, so by summoning these two guys, this is Elden Ring DLC. By summoning these two guys, I am making the boss substantially harder. So each one, I believe, increases his hit points by 100%, and he does more damage when he hits. All right. Let's see if we can't get this right. Ow.
General Radon. A pleasure to see you.
Oh,
But
jeez.
those remains do not belong to you. Lord
That's
Moog
fully
will
expected.
have his dignity.
From now on, when you start at the edge. You start in the middle of the arena, which is obnoxious. There we go. This could take me... I could do this in 1 or 2 attempts, or it could take me till 3 days. I've never beaten him on my first attempt, but I think I've done him on my second.
General Radon. A pleasure to see you. After all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
Oi. was dumb. Wow. Lightning is not doing much damage to this guy. I don't know if you noticed that, but I mean, I was hitting him with lightning, and he was taking very little damage. Oh, that's going to make this much harder. All right. I'm thinking. Thinking. Yeah, that's this has rot on it. Come on, big guy.
Pleasure to see you, after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
Man, is it doing any damage? There's that bleed buildup. Nice if I wasn't the only one hitting him. Yeah, it sure seems like it. Yeah, lightning's doing next to nothing. That sucks. Now, admittedly, I don't have my lightning increases, but that's so that I can stand toe-to-toe. All right, well, that will modify. Let me look at my spells. I don't have a lot else to use. You know, the only other thing I could think of would be... Oh, that's what I want to do. Yeah. Yep. Now, that's partially due to the fact that he's... Oh, hold on. Hold on. Do it there. Yeah, let's put him there. Although, hold on. 430, 330, yeah, that's gonna be better. I don't have any of my damage dealing talismans on, which is fine. But yeah, I saw it, the numbers changed, but the meter barely moved. crap.
General Radahn, a pleasure to see you after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
See how he's already got rot on him? Aw, come on, really? Oh, crap. Come on. No. Gonna have to pull this stupid Antspur rapier out. I don't want to. I think I'm gonna have to. Lame. Hello, Penny. Welcome. Do, 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 do.
General Radahn, a pleasure to see you after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
Really? Dude, he just missed. That's crazy. Oh, come on. Jesus. That's obnoxious. How many of this spell can I cast that he will...
I promise you a 1,000-year voyage guided by compassion.
What? It wouldn't let me... My aim. How did that not do any damage?
It's up to you now. Grant me some dreams of which.
Oh my god. It's just not doing any damage. That's crazy. Alright, let's try without the helpers. That's so nuts. Ah! Hit him! No. This guy's crazy. Seriously. Alright. Does he have any vulnerabilities? Like, is there anything besides melee that actually... Well, even melee is probably vulnerable too, but I'm... It seems like lightning's not doing much. Certainly don't need that spell. No, that'll knock the frost effect off if he gets it. Blood flies are an obnoxious spell for them. And he may be particularly vulnerable to them. Hey, Scotty. Oh, man. You chose poorly.
Pleasure to see you after all this time.
Yeah, that's why I stream on Twitch. I suppose. Alright. That was a gamble. Hey, Home Depot. It's going alright. Hoping I finally, for once, don't get asked about connecting on Instagram or Discord to look at someone's artwork.
General Radahn, a pleasure to see you after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
No, like I was trying to get set up to where I could do a heal. I make the game more interesting. I like using summons. I know they make the fight way harder. There was a playthrough where I tried. It kind of worked. There's an Ash of War called like the something bites twice or some weird thing like that. Hold on, let me summon this guy. It's where is it? Do, 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 do. Oh, do I not? I should have it. Here it is. Yeah, it's called The Poison Flower Blooms Twice. And it has a very interesting effect. When you have to physically hit them with the skill. If you hit a mob with a skill and they have poison and or rot on them, you basically detonate that poison or rot. And what's kind of cool about it is it acts like a bleed buildup and then kind of thing, right? So with Tholier helping, he's poisoning mobs like crazy, right? And so you can poison and then immediately use that to set it off. The problem is you're vulnerable while it's firing off. So it was interesting against other bosses, but against this one, the moment that you use it, you're going to get smacked, and, well, that's all she wrote.
Pleasure to see you after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
Oh, I picked badly. What even just hit me there? That was weird. Oh, hell. wish the mimic would heal itself, like, immediately. That would be awesome. Oh, I'm screwed. No! Come on! Hey, Balzacs. Man, I got greedy. It cost me the match. Alright. I need to think about this for a minute. Yep. Yeah, I messed that up. Just in the simplest terms, I messed that up. I probably should have dumped the moon on him again in phase 2, phase 3. Oh, you know what I just realized? My physics wrong, I think. That's okay. We'll manage. I gotta remember to fix that.
General Radahn, a pleasure to see you. All this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
Ow. What? Right now, this is the only game that I'm playing, Scotty, and I'm focused on playing the game, not having a conversation. I don't mind answering questions, but they're usually about Elden Ring, not about other things. And everyone on Twitch that comes and asks me questions like that ultimately tell me about how they have some artwork they think would go really well with my stream, and I could put them on my banner, and would I like to see it? Here's my Discord and my Instagram. We can connect there. That's why I'm not really paying attention to it. Now, if you're not one of those people selling that stuff, my apologies. But you sure sound like one. Sorry, TikTok folks. All right. Let's do this. And let's do this. I'm gonna go here. Gonna go here. Gonna go here. Gonna do that. Gonna do that.
General Radahn, a pleasure to see you after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Mauve will have his...
Ow! Jesus, seriously? I have a very specific build when I get pissed off enough that I want to beat him. That leverages a lot of stuff. The main thing that... So, a few of the obnoxious things related to this fight. I actually don't want rot to build up on him near the beginning of the fight, because each time rot builds up, it gets harder. And so you build up rot really fast in phase 1, and it's gonna be harder to build it up on him on phase 2. So personally, what I do is I carry two different rapiers. One of them only has bleed, and I wear that. I summon my mimic, and then I switch to the one that has rot and bleed. I go here, go here, go here. But right now, I'm not quite there yet.
General Radahn, a pleasure to
Like,
see
why
you
did my mimic just heal
after all
himself?
this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
Oh no, I forgot about my sleep. Isn't that funny? Oh, hell. Keep in mind, Consort is way harder on a high-level playthrough. Oh, alright, hold on. I want to check something. Yep, that's what I thought. Alright. Oh, actually, hold on. There we go. And let's do this. And let's do this. And let's do this.
General Radahn.
See, look, my mimic just
Pleasure
healed
to
himself.
see you
It's
after all
so
this time.
irritating.
But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
No, I just tried taking the sleep thing. Boo. I really wish my mimic would heal. Stupid mimic. Come on, Spa. Heal up, buddy. Yeah. So one of the worst things, one of the worst, I don't know, responses is I've actually watched my Mimic heal 3 moves in a row. Like literally no damage. It did the heal, and then it did the heal, and then it did the heal, and then it jumped into the fight. I watched it happen. Last attempt, then I gotta go to bed. I'm gonna do this without helpers. But that also means I'm going to put that there. Yeah, that should do it. Jesus, dude, would you hit him? Look at this. This is kind of crazy. He's like totally ignoring me, or ignoring the Mimic. Oh, come on. That's just ridiculous. Man, I'm this close. I haven't seen the people that watch me on Twitch, the actual humans that watch me stream on Twitch in like weeks. I may just stop streaming to Twitch entirely. It's a cesspool of people trying to sell me artwork. All right, one more try. But this time with the helpers. Hey, Ghost. Catching me at the tail end. But might just pull it off this time. Who knows? We'll see.
A pleasure to see you after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
Jesus, come on.
It's up to you now. Grant Trina's one wish.
I promise you
Lame.
1,000-year voyage guided by compassion.
Come, our new lord. A lord not for gods, but for men.
Lord of the old order,
Nope.
let us go together.
Well, I can confirm that the moment they pick you up, you cannot remove that. So I was told once, and I never tried it before, that it's the point to jabbing him is bleed. It's not actually doing damage by jabbing him. All right, I'm gonna call it a night there. But I was told once that when he picks you up, if you do this, you have a moment to get that in when he first picks you up. You do not. Or if their moment that they're talking about is like a millisecond, but then maybe. But I was on it immediately before she said anything or whatever, and I couldn't remove it. Anyway, thank you all for sticking with me as I went through the requisite Radon kill fest, or attempt fest anyway. Be awesome, be excellent, be good to each other, and I will see you all next time around. Have a good one. You have a wonderful night too, Ghost. And I'll see you around, Jake Walls. Hopefully I'll see you back. Angle, yes. That is exactly what the Mimic does. That's actually why I have the loadout the way that I do for the pots and stuff. Anyway, be excellent, everybody. I will see you around. Like, follow, all the things.